right. Well, what my thing is, I want to be treated like. I still want to be treated like the woman who's not making anything. So like, I feel like people get like, I feel like a man, if I'm making more money than a man, I feel like he doesn't think he has to do I want to be fucking romanced. Okay. Like I need to come home and there's a fresh, you greeting me at the door with flowers. You know what I'm saying? Like I need something like you cooked me a meal when I came home. I'm not saying you have to be OD domestic, but it's like, make me still feel like I'm the woman and I'm like appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought about that because we were talking about that. I was talking about that with somebody and they were like, I was like, you know what? I don't feel like I would be comfortable not being a breadwinner. I mean, being a breadwinner. I don't feel like I would be comfortable. But I never thought of ways that could make me comfortable. So I think that would be a way to make me comfortable. Is if I was still given like that same treatment.
Okay.
What about you? Do you feel like you would be? It's okay to not be comfortable.
Hold on. Hey, y'all. Welcome to the Heard You Sis podcast.
They know who we are. Look, how would you feel?
Girl, come on. Let's greet the niggas like, goddamn. Hey, y'all. Welcome to another episode of the Heard You Sis podcast. We kind of was like, we got into a little conversation with Wolf because, that's our guy. We always be talking to him regardless. And we were talking about breadwinners, as you can see. What would it be? What would it take for you to feel like the breadwinner?
The question was, as a woman, what would make you feel comfortable being the breadwinner? And for a man, it would be same vice versa. Yeah.
Okay. For me, I kind of agree with you on being romance, but I don't want to, like, if I'm the breadwinner, like, honestly, like, I should possibly have, like, a little bit more control.
Why? That's the problem.
No, because the reason why the reason why I say that let me tell you what control
I'm just
means.
saying, you've been a breadwinner before, so you know what you look like in that position and all of that.
No. Not when I say control. You see, like when men, like I shouldn't have to, like as the breadwinner, like the thing is that like niggas love gender roles, right? Mm-hmm. As in, protector, provider, and all these things. And I'm not saying I want to be the protector and the provider. I want you to still protect, and I still want you to be able. But the notion of me coming home and cooking every day, that's done.
Nobody said anything about that.
Nobody said that. I said, what would it look like for you? And your first thing was, I need to control shit.
No, that's not what I said. A little bit more control.
Why?
Little bit more control, because usually when the man is the breadwinner, like, he's more in control of the things. Like he's more.
He's just being the man.
The thing is that you're submitting. It's
not just because. I think the notion is because he has the money, he has the control. That's not what it is. He has the control because he makes smart decisions that actually make changes in our life, not because of the money.
But you see, that's what I've encountered.
Gotcha.
When I encounter men that have money, they think that they should be in control.
So you think you should be in control because you have the money?
If that's what the dynamic is that I'm being presented.
I'm asking you clear. Look, I'm asking you. We're not talking about Timmy Tom and Jimmy John over here and Juanita and Shaquita. We're talking about you and what you feel. If your man today, if you made $150,000 a year and your man made $50,000 a year, what does that look like for you?
I could buy all the bags of shoes I want.
What does that look like for you? What does his role look like? How are you going to be treating him? What should he be doing?
If he's I'm thinking, I'm not gonna lie, I'm thinking stay-at-home dad. So when
I'm not saying that he's a stay-at-home dad, but he has more time.
If he's not a stay-at-home dad, if he's also making money, he's also doing his own thing. Like he's also working, and I just tend to make more money than him. I feel.
Would you pay the bills?
I would pay more of the bills.
Kids? What's happening?
No. I would pay more of the bills because at the end of the day, like, I'm making more money. That's not really fair. I would pay more of the bills. If he's not a stay-at-home dad, I'm thinking more stay-at-home dad. But if he's not a stay-at-home dad, I would give him the same benefit that I would have, like having not to clean up so much, or like if it just depends, like. All right, so
give me
a scenario, please.
All right,
please, I'm not doing good with this.
Okay, $200,000 a year. Mm-hmm. You are the breadwinner. He's a stay-at-home dad.
He's a stay-at-home dad. Listen, if you're
do you want him to get a job? Do you want him to?
I would prefer for him to get a job, but if he doesn't get a job, I wouldn't be mad at it.
You prefer him to get a job even though that means somebody else gonna watch the kids.
I don't have a problem with nannies though.
Oh,
I'm okay with. I'm a nanny.
I mean,
girl.
yeah. I need to be. I don't need no.
I don't have a problem with a nanny.
I'm gonna find a way
I would like it
because
to be me or you, one of the.
Yeah. Facts.
The thing is that the only problem, nanny. When I say nanny, doesn't mean
nanny's a nanny. There's
It
no.
can be auntie, grandma.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
because at the end of the day, like I still think that we need to have us time.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like when you have kids and you have no nanny, nobody watch them, you never have us time because kids are always involved.
I have you watch the kids for us time, but I don't want you to watch the kids for all the time. Like,
No. The only time I would ask them to have a nanny is like if me and you are both working. I don't want you to be at a daycare. I don't want my kids at daycare.
But you make $200,000 a year. Remember this.
I make $200,000 a year.
You got enough. You make more than enough for him to stay home.
I make more than enough to retire my mom too. Make more than enough to retire an aunt, a cousin, or somebody. I feel like working instills something in people. Like
Hold on. Staying at the crib and watching the kids not work.
It's work.
But it's work with your children. I feel like when you actually go to somewhere else, it instills you to want more.
Is it the same? Do you apply those same rules for a woman?
Yes.
I don't think.
Let me tell you. No. Let me tell you something.
No.
Cooking,
I
cooking,
honestly,
cleaning. I'm gonna say this because cooking, cleaning, and watching kids are big tasks that don't seem as big when you're not the one doing it.
But this is where I'm at with it.
Hold up. This is the misconception of men and women.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, women sometimes devalue the fact that is a big job. And sometimes men don't value the fact that is a big job. So I think men and women don't understand that dynamic. Because working from home, I remember working from home and I was making 3 meals. That shit took a lot. I'm between a meeting. I got to still watch the chicken. I got to do this. Like, that shit takes a lot to do.
That's
like,
not what I'm saying.
That's just cooking. Imagine if I added
like
kids
it is
into
a
the
job.
mix.
I feel like that is a job. But I feel like when you get up, leave the house, and do something
I get you.
outside of your home, it's different. It instills a drive. Like, you see, when I say I don't want to work, when I say I want to work, I don't necessarily mean I want to work for people, meaning like even if I was a stay-at-home mom, I want my own business. Sure. I don't want to just be not doing anything.
But that's not the scenario I gave you.
No.
200,000, you're going to work. 50,000, he's going to work.
But the thing is that if he's going to work for 50,000, I still feel like it's instilling something.
You want to retire him too? I'm just asking the question.
The thing is that the reason why I want my husband to go to work is because he has something else to look forward to besides kids and besides meals and cooking and cleaning and doing all that stuff.
But that's still valuable time that he's spending with his children. Like, even if
I'm not saying that it's not valuable time.
That's important time. Grandma's great. Grandma or your sister, that's great that they're available, but that's special time that both of y'all are missing. And that's special time you can't get back. So you're going to miss things. As a father, like, okay, he doing 50K. I understand your point about him going out into the world and making money and getting out into the world, but y'all are missing time. Fuck the money. What about the time?
No, I'm not saying that the time isn't important. I'm not saying that we won't make time. You see, because I do make time in my daily schedule now, like at least twice a month, I take a mental health day to spend time with myself. So the thing is that it's not like I'm not going to make time or he's not going to make time. But I feel like you can be around your children a lot or whatever. You could be around your children a little bit, but it's the time that the valuable things that you teach your children is what really makes it work.
But you're still losing time.
No, I'm going to be honest though. I think time is truly important when you have kids. That time that when they get off of school, that time on the weekends, that time when they wake up in the morning, those are all that maybe walk to the train or that ride to the school.
What makes $200,000 less time? Like, you understand?
I'm not saying that you have a 9 to 5.
Because
it was about the money. It became time when you added a nanny in there. What we were trying to say is that the main point is the money, and what does that look like?
The thing is that if you know me, I don't know if you know me about money, but money is not really something that I hold high value in my life. Like, I love to have money because I can spend it and do whatever I want, but it's not something that's going to stop me. Because when I have a nigga, like, that nigga can get all my money. Like, he could do any, like, as long as I...
Really?
Meaning, like, he can, like, not all of it. Like,
I'm
not
just
all
saying,
of it. But
your first statement was, I feel like it rings true. I feel like if a man really made less than you, I don't see you feeling like he would be like the same type of man.
Yeah, he
and I don't see he's taking on some shit. Like, I feel like you would feel like, nigga, I'm the man. Like, listen to me, and it is what it is. Like, I that's what I'm asking you. Like, what would it take? And you could also say he has to just make more than me, period. It isn't, nothing will make me take. You know what I'm saying? Like, what would it take for you to feel like, okay, we can be on equal playing fields?
This might be a little...
Because realistically,
this might be a little deeper than I'm actually thinking, but like, maybe because men have always used money to make it seem like use money for control in my life. Like, you know, paying for things and stuff like that. So like, maybe that's where I view money in regards to like providing, like, you know, like, maybe I feel like that. Maybe I feel like niggas always use money, like,
because me personally, because of like having my dad in my life and stuff like that, I feel very odd and weird having me being the breadwinner. Like, and I'm not saying that I don't mind being the breadwinner, but like, for how long? And then I had to think to myself, like, what would make me comfortable to make me feel like being the breadwinner is not a problem? And I feel like the only way that I will feel okay with being the breadwinner is that if my man made me feel like work from home princess.
Let me tell you.
You know what I'm saying? That makes way less than him. I need you to make me feel like dinner on the... I feel like,
this is what I'm saying. Your man will have to submit to you.
He wouldn't have to submit to me.
That's submitting, though.
He's still... No, he's not.
He's making you dinner when you come home, being romantic, do all that shit.
I'm still doing the same for him. I'm just making more. I'm saying, what would make me feel comfortable? First of all, men, let's be fucking for real. Men aren't even romantic in a
this is
basic
where I'm
sense,
at.
period.
Like, this is where I'm at with it.
Men are not necessarily romantic. So I'm just saying I'm okay with it not being the most romantic if you're making more money than me. But you got to step that shit the fuck up if I'm the one being the breadwinner.
But do you not realize that romance is submit? That's submission.
I guess I don't mind submitting.
It is submission.
No, romance is not submission.
It's a part of the relationship that people are missing.
But that's the thing. The thing that I'm saying is
it makes that person feel good. Like, romance makes people feel
you're
good.
Submitting to that person's feelings. You are.
You know what's submitting?
Yeah.
You submitting to that person's feelings. You are legit putting your feelings aside. If you don't like romance and you put your feelings aside to make that person feel good, that's submission.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. You shouldn't be dating if you view romance as something like that. Shouldn't be. That's a part of a relationship. But that's the thing. Communication.
How many men really think that romance is a part of a relationship? Oh, I'm not really romantic. And you know what they do? They give you some money to buy something. That's not romance.
But who are teaching these people how to romance? Not
that's
women.
What I'm saying. Men view romance as submission. They're being soft. So. They're being sensitive.
I think soft. I could go with soft, but I don't see it as submission, though.
But you see, that's the thing. Submission is something like you're putting your emotions aside. Submission is putting your emotions to the side. You are letting go how you feel to make that person feel good. That's submission.
I guess. I don't view it as that, but I mean...
You may not view it as that, but that logically, that's what it is.
I mean, regardless of the fact, people should be submitting in relationships, period. Both parties, not just one.
But that's not how...
It doesn't matter if my man is...
I talk about my emotions. Oh, I'm too soft. That makes me a bitch. No, it doesn't make you a bitch. It makes you somebody who emotionally conveys how you feel. Mm-hmm. Like, this is where I'm at with it. That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to feel like if you are going to be the breadwinner, or if I'm going to be the breadwinner, you got to be able, like you said, be able to give a little bit more. Give a little bit more than what you normally would do as a person who is the breadwinner. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, that's how I feel.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's niggas want you to be like this overly...
Because anybody who makes more money naturally you feel like I run this shit.
Exactly.
Whether it be the man, whether it be the woman or whatever. And I'm okay with the man feeling like he runs the shit if he's bringing more bread. If he's bringing more bread into the mix. But I'm going to be honest, regardless of who you are, I'm still requiring romance. I'm just requiring it on a higher level now that I am making more money, because at the end of the day, I still just want to feel like a princess. I don't want to feel like, oh yeah, like, because, making more money is always associated with the man. So I don't want to feel like the man of the relationship. I still want to feel soft.
That's true. And this is where I'm at with it.
So the S in submission stands for soft. Okay.
Yes. The S in submission stands for soft, because I just don't. I think this was a good conversation that we had about that, because I think that if you look at it in the grand scheme of things, we all have like contributing thoughts that work together to make that work. Anyway, so. But how was our week? Our week was fucking trash. We were supposed to be at Morgan homecoming, and we are not. We are here recording. And we are happy to be with you guys. But at the end of the day, like, I was supposed to be on the yard, stomping my feet, being drunk. I was supposed to bring my little cousin out there from Howard, and I'm a little sad about it, but it's okay, because niggas still went, and we should just still wait. Like, the homecoming that never happened.
Yeah, first of all, I want y'all to know that this one over here didn't fully and truly express her deep desire to go. And so when the other two parties, me being one of those parties, said that we didn't want to go anymore,
I just fell in line.
She didn't say anything.
I just
know what I'm saying?
And
you could have.
I could have pressed harder, but I said, like, my friends don't want to go, and I'm not going to force them, because it's not fun if the vibe is not all there. Mm-hmm. But nonetheless, like, I do want to send our not condolences, but like our thoughts to the people who were injured at the Morgan shooting, because I was very shocked when I got a couple of messages. Like, I was at work and I just got mad messages like, yo, did you see what happened? Did you see what happened? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm like, yo, I hope they don't cancel homecoming. And they did, but it's okay. Like, honestly, they made the right decision to not actually go on with the full festivities, because of the fact that, people were injured. And even though, like, niggas be stupid.
All I know, let me tell you what also had me dying a little bit. Like, so basically, let me just give y'all a little context. There was a shooting at Morgan State University.
That's our alma mater.
Right? And basically, I'ma just keep it a buck. Over our years of being at Morgan, there's been mad fucking shootings. I'm talking about one of our homeboys, rest in peace to him, but he had got shot at Morgan before. Like, I'm gonna be honest, and this, when they say about being desensitized to shit, it's just like, whatever, like, when I heard shooting at Morgan, I wasn't like, oh my God, I can't believe it.
I'm
like,
not gonna lie,
I didn't get that reaction.
It's an open campus in the middle of Baltimore, and
hood. Like,
I'm not trying to make
Morgan
it small.
is placed in the middle of the hood, and what used to happen was we'll be on campus, right? And campus security will text us like, hey, there's an active shooter on campus right now. Everyone, stay where you're at. This, that, and the third. We have locked down the what's that center we was in?
Student center.
The student center. We used to be like, oh, well, lock down the student center, this, that, and the third. And it was normal. They'd be like, oh my God, he's been apprehended or not. No, we get no update. And that was it. We'd keep going to class tomorrow. Ain't no classes shut down. Ain't no classes been stopped. Nothing. So I don't know if it was the fact that
multiple people got shot, or
I don't think so. Because
I think it was at Coronation, though. It was also at Coronation. The thing is that
I thought it was a concert.
No, the concert was the next day.
Oh.
It was at Coronation. And the thing is that, like, people's families was there, kids was there. Like, it's at an event that families are at. Like, so I think
maybe that made it a little more. And I think
because of the fact that where they seen the shots coming from, they may have thought it was like an active shooter, meaning like,
there ain't no act.
Like
there
a
ain't
school
no real
shooting,
yeah.
The real stuff that be really going on. Like, I think we are so desensitized to it that when we saw I was like, when I found out why and I'm not going to reveal it because, you know, we're not going to do that. I was just like, this is fucking normal. This is the shit that been happening.
I'll be honest. I've literally been to homecoming events where campus security done ragged a nigga by his dreads. I'm talking about after we come tomorrow morning, we come back on campus and his dreads on the floor. Like, you know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is that this is normal. Like, I've literally seen this. Like, I've literally
we went. The thing is that Morgan is a black ass school. I'm not even trying to be funny.
Ain't no fucking active shooters. It's somebody who had beef with somebody and was looking for them and found them. That's it. It's no, oh my God, these kids were so mean to me and I'm gonna come shoot up the school.
But do
it was
you
none of
realize
that.
That's and I hate to talk about Baltimore like that, but that's Baltimore. When it's active, when them niggas is active, them niggas is active. There's no joking about the activeness. Like, niggas in Baltimore do not play about beef. If they catch you, nigga, you're dead. Like, they don't play.
They catch you at lounges.
It's like Chicago. Like, yo, when niggas say they got beef, it's no joke. It's like Cali. Like, I'm not gonna lie. People do not understand, like, how Baltimore is. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Them niggas is thorough. Them niggas is thorough. They don't play them games.
Yeah.
Baltimore niggas is thorough.
It's so crazy because I used to work with this girl that when I was in B-More, I used to work with her or whatever. And we had it was just this odd job that I used to do or whatever. And like, on the weekends and shit like that. So basically she was working there. And then all of a sudden, like we follow each other on the gram, and every other week it'd be like, no lie, at least twice a year she's posting RIP to somebody she know, to somebody whatever. So all I'm trying to say is that, like, this shit really be normal. And I'm not saying this, I don't want to say it's as severe as
it's not
as
normal.
Chicago, but it's normalized to me in my mind. I'm not saying it's normal and I'm not saying it's okay, but in my mind I'm a little
we're desensitized.
Very desensitized.
We're very desensitized
like this.
And I'm not saying like, like, this shit is not serious, because it's serious. Like, we got to get this shit under control. Like, we cannot just keep doing this, ruining events for like things that bring joy. Like, you not considering like what, like, me and
what it took for somebody to get here too. Like, for example, because there's a couple good amount of people that lived in Cali that came to Morgan. So like, say for example, you flew from Cali to Morgan because you haven't been to Morgan in maybe like 5-6 years and just you wanted to enjoy homecoming. That's messed up. Like,
look at us. We lost like $400 or $500 on an Airbnb because we couldn't get that shit back. We thought nobody
that nigga was a bitch though, and I want.
Yeah, he was a bitch. I definitely told him like about whatever happened. He was like, "Oh, we're not canceling." Yo, you using that money?
No. He said you can cancel, but you got to go through Airbnb, and he kept denying the shit. Like, how you going to tell us we could do something? Stand on your shit. Yo, I'm not refunding your money. It is what it is, and keep it moving. Like, I'm tight because you're not trying to be like, you trying to be vague about it. Like, nah, you not giving money back, and you're not assisting anyone getting any money back. And I get it.
You know what?
Maybe you pay your rent with that, but like, be 100. That's the part that got me tight. Like, he just wasn't being. He wasn't upfront with his shit. He wasn't bold. I like bullshit.
That's the thing that kind of like pissed me off, is like, like, it's like, something happened. Why would somebody feel safe coming here? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, not saying that it's not safe. You can't come in. Like, it's an isolated.
Because had she spoke her mind, I'm pretty sure our other friend who was coming would have been like, you know what, fuck it, let's go. And that would have been that.
But it's not about, honestly, I wasn't mad about losing the money. I wasn't mad about losing the money. I'm more so like, damn, I didn't get to have fun with my friends. Like, that's more so what it is. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, like, I'm still here. We still recording. I'm still happy. Like, it's not like we had a great day on Friday. We had a wonderful day on Friday. Let's turn this around. We had a wonderful, absolutely positively wonderful day on Friday. We were supposed to go to Island. Okay.
Yeah. We ain't doing that.
All right.
We were supposed to go to a spa. None of your business what that spa is, because it's already booked up and I don't need it going viral. And I am a part of the gatekeeping club. I'm not about to keep...
I'm not a gatekeeper, so I'll be telling niggas what it is.
I'm not even going to hold you. It depends.
Anyway, we were supposed to go to a specific spa on Friday, but it was booked up and we could not go. But we ended up going to Body by Brooklyn, which, I'm not going to lie, that nigga... what's his name? Will Brown.
Not his whole.
I think that was his name at Body by Brooklyn. And that nigga, he got every knot.
I had a Jamaican lady.
I don't remember Nadia. I think her name was like Nadia or something like that.
I don't know,
but anyway, we had an amazing time. Not only did we go there, we went into the steam room, we went into the sauna, we went into the hot pool, we laid down for a bit, closed our eyes.
I definitely had a mini nap.
We did, and then we also went and we got some drinks. We got some food that we couldn't eat until after it was cold, but we had a wonderful time. Went to Sephora, bought more shit, and then went home, took showers, and went to sleep.
That sleep was good. This was a very relaxing weekend.
Yesterday I went out with my best friend because his cousins was in town or whatever. I relaxed the whole day until maybe 9 o'clock.
Did y'all have fun last night?
We did have a lot of fun.
I'm gonna be honest. When I looked up the spot I was going to, I was like, it's definitely not giving black vibes.
We went to 2. Mm-hmm. We went to Freehold and then we went to Lot 45. Lot 45 is very mixed. We were going to go to Bar Shimmy, but I know when we go to Bar Shimmy, we're going to be cramped in that bitch. I feel like everybody and their mother comes to Bar Shimmy on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. It's a good move.
Shout out to Cyrese. That's our homeboy. But at the end of the day, I don't want to be cramped in the club. I don't want to do it. It's not a desire for me because I like to dance.
But I love that for them because the music is good. The vibe is good. There ain't no fights breaking out.
Oh, no fights breaking out.
That's a fact. Ain't no fights breaking out. So if you're looking for a good time, it is quite a few people in there. But I mean, it's New York. Where are you going that's not crowded or whatever the case may be? But yeah, I was like, whatever. But we needed that spa day. When I tell you, that shit was well needed. It was so good. It was so good.
That was I kept telling her during the day, I'm like, yo, girl, I love you. This is the best day ever.
Yes, this was so good. We really enjoyed. When you say thoroughly enjoyed myself, thoroughly enjoyed ourselves, I feel that. I feel like I thoroughly enjoyed myself for sure.
I definitely enjoyed myself. I had
because we was waiting on the food to get the food. The food taking mad long. I was like, what the fuck? I'm not gonna hold you. If we would have went to my bento box spot, they would have hooked us up. I'd have been like, girl, I gotta go. She'd have been like, okay. She'd be like, salmon teriyaki, no skin, salad. I'd be like, yes, girl. Salad.
Stop with the impressions,
girl, that's me.
No.
That's my girl. No, I don't care if I go pick it up, whatever. I always tip her because she's just really my girl. I'm not even going. It feels good when you have, because I'm in customer service, I feel like I really focus on how people present themselves to me in places that are also in customer service or how they treat people and things like that. And my thing is I done literally got cursed out before or whatever, and that's few and in between at this level that I'm at now. But before, I used to be getting cursed out, all kinds of shit or whatever. And I just be feeling I be staying calm. My managers really know. They be like, oh my God, I can't believe you even stay that calm or whatever the case may be. Bitch, this is a fucking skill. Okay.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Being calm. Let me tell you about a situation that I had this week at work. Since we talking about work. So I had a coworker. So I do something specific. And basically the coworker comes up to me. First of all, I've been doing it for 3.5 years. I have more experience in this field than a lot of people have because of the fact of where I have worked and where I have trained. So being that I've trained and worked in certain atmospheres, I have more skill. And people think that age comes with skill. I mean, years on the job come with skill. No, it doesn't.
And it don't. It
don't come with skill. The thing is that your want to learn more is what comes with skill. So basically, I had a person come up to me have you ever cut this, that, this, whatever. And I'm like, yes. This guy specifically swears he needs to teach me something. My nigga, you've been in this job for 20 years and you've learned 10% of what I've known. So great, wonderful. Oh, do you know how to? Yes, I do. When you see, and in my, I'm being vague because I really don't care for you guys to know what I do so much. Mm-hmm. In what I do, like, you have to be very strategic when you're dealing with certain things. So, of course, one thing will fuck up everything. So I say, you know what? Like, I always know what I'm doing. I pay very strategic attention to the stuff that I do. So when he starts asking me questions, I'm like, yeah, it's like you trying to shit on my intelligence type of thing. And I'm just like, nigga, you have no clue who you're talking to. So he continues to ask me questions, and I'm just like, first of all, I don't talk to this nigga. He's very disrespectful, and I've already put him in his place. This is a sidebar. Sorry, this is why. This is context. So I tell him, like, yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. He asked me the same question again. Yes. Asked me. Yes. I know what I'm doing, sir. I know what I'm doing. You sure? Yes, sir. I am. I'm very sure. And it gets on my nerve. Like, that gets on my nerve when people keep undermining my ability to complete something, because I'm not saying I'm the best at it. I will ask questions. But the thing is that, like, don't try to make it seem like because you've been here or you've been doing stuff for
that you know more than me.
You know more than me. Nigga, I know more than you. You have never touched the type of stuff that I've done. Like, I know that for a fact because I ask people, have you ever done this? Have you ever done this? Have you ever done this? No. Okay, so why are we talking? We have nothing to relate about.
I feel that.
And that's the thing I think that millennials have done in this year, is that, not this year, in our lives, is that we have created a system in which we have combined technology and physical endurance of doing things.
What do you mean? Can
you be more specific? Okay, like, we have combined like physical labor and technology to make it work for us perfectly.
Okay.
So, like, we work hard, but we know how to make shit easy for ourselves.
Right. Okay. Working smarter, not harder. Okay.
That's exactly what we have mastered that. Millennials have mastered that. Gen Z has not. They leave jobs. They leave jobs a lot.
And I'm going to be honest, I admire that.
I love that they leave jobs, but they don't learn what they need to learn in the period. You see, they leave their job within a year because they want more money, but they're not realizing they need to learn certain things in order to be able to function past a certain point. Like, money is great.
Tell you, I'm going to tell you something. The psychological toll a job could take on you has been ignored for decades.
Yes.
And I feel like our generation was on the cusp of, like, feeling as though, like, I need to leave a job because it doesn't serve me, but also I need to make sure I get it. I need to make sure that I learn as much as I need to learn before I leave that job, and that I'm also securing another job prior to. They will leave a job dead broke. And don't got nothing lined up.
This is where I'm at. Like, this is why I say.
So that's what I'm just saying. I'm not saying that it's nothing wrong with how their philosophy is. I think taking a little bit from each. And that's what I'm saying. Our generation really is the cusp of the last of, like, the middle ground in between things. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
that's exactly what I'm saying.
Like, yeah, we have a little bit of loyalty, but the loyalty is we're going to shift it to make it beneficial to us before we leave.
Thank you. This is what I'm saying. Smarter, not harder. Yeah. We have mastered the smarter, not harder thing. Because the thing is that, like, we'll play it. Y'all playing with us? Okay, cool. We're going to play it back on you. But we're going to play it and y'all don't even realize we're playing you. You see, millennials have worked that system. We've learned to work the system of smarter, not harder. We work hard, yes.
And I'm not saying this, like, because I've also been caught up in, like, the generation before me where I have loyalty to a job or whatever, but I've also been compensated for said job. So it's like, you know, I'm not really, like, even mad at it.
You can't be mad at it. You get paid to do your fucking job.
Like, I'm actually feel like I'm getting paid what I'm worth. Like, it's not that I feel like, oh, I'm getting less than what I need to get.
Thank you.
I feel like I'm good. Like, you know what I'm saying? But there are people that are literally, like, in the same position, making maybe $2. The whole point, they say you should leave a job at least every, I think it may be 5 years.
Every 5 years.
Every 5 years, and you should be making at least 10 to 20,000 more than you were, 10 to 15,000 more than you were making at the last job. So I think that is also a thing, you know? Definitely also a thing, but back to what you were saying, though.
No, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, and I also feel like I hate, like, when it comes to older people at my job, They have a slave mentality, whether you're the slave owner or whether you're the slave master or the slave, like they have a real dead slave mentality. Like, oh, like you work here, so you like your life is in my hands because I make sure you get a paycheck every week. Like, no, this is a mutually beneficial position. I'm benefiting you by making sure that your business is running, and you're benefiting me by making sure that whatever Friday I'm supposed to get that check, I'm getting that fucking check Thursday or Friday, however y'all get paid, but whatever the case may be. Like when every 2 weeks I'm getting that motherfucking money. Like, you know what I'm saying? You think that I would be working this hard if I didn't get this money, and I think that's where employers go wrong. And then when it comes to employees, like we need to realize like you need to like perform in order to get paid.
Thank
like,
you.
You can't underperform.
Oh my God.
And I feel like, but
that.
also too,
that's the older generation too. I feel like the older generation, when the young people come in, they should be working harder. They need to learn. We've been here first. I don't give a fuck, bitch. I'm not even gonna lie. Right. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if you're 75 at the job. Do your fucking job. I'm not making it easy for you because we're both going in.
There's a true disparity between races, and I feel like I have really like opened my eyes to it. It's like this white man could come in whenever the fuck he want to come in, but you telling me I got to be on time.
It all depends on who the supervisor is and what their race is.
Nah.
For me, yes.
You working? Is your supervisor a minority?
Yes.
Okay, so I think that's different.
My supervisor
this
for
is
a
where
lot
it
of
comes in
time
with the slaveness.
for all my God is good. I'm not even gonna lie. God is good. All my supervisors, like my direct supervisors that I've ever had, has been minorities. And when I got a supervisor that was not a minority, I realized that they give passes to people that are not minorities.
I have a homegirl who has a minority, has a black supervisor, and she acts just like a white man. Like, you want the weekends off? Like,
has she
nah, you gotta give me my soul.
Has she considered that she's only worked with like people who were not minorities?
What you mean?
Like before she came to the facility?
No, I think I'm gonna be honest. I think a lot of people that are in management positions, and you know, because they afforded only the white people so far exit interviews. But if I was to leave my job and they had an exit interview with me, I would kindly say that, like, you know, I think that, I lost my train of thought. Fuck it. It is what it is. But yeah, I just think that I don't personally think that employers are necessarily like understanding of like who you are outside of this job. Like who I am outside of this job makes me want to be here at this job. If I can't successfully live my life
I do think
and be happy,
that's why they don't want. That's why they have policies where it's like, whatever you talk about outside of this job, this reflects who you are. Blah blah blah. First of all, this is why I don't tell people about the fucking podcast, because I know for a sure fact
I would get fired. All the shit I talk about white people in here, bitch, I'd be done.
I would be fired. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna lie. I don't give like a super white power person that work. Like I don't. I give like when people say certain things to me, like, listen, I'm not talking to you about that, because my opinion and your opinion are gonna differ. I do. I don't talk about like politics.
You don't talk about politics.
I'm literally like old school politics, religion, and stuff like that. I really don't like to talk too much about work. And if I feel like you're crossing my boundaries, the first thing I'm going to say is like, listen, I think we should stop talking about this because I think we are crossing boundaries. Like things I don't talk about at work. Homosexuality. I don't talk about things that are very sensitive that you know for a fact. If you say what you really feel, you're in trouble. And that's not exclusive to homosexuality. That's exclusive to religion, politics.
Let me tell y'all
raising
something.
your kids, shit like that. Like I try not to talk about that stuff at work because you know what? Like it's sensitive, and then people get crazy. They get really crazy, and then that thing right there will make me not like you, and I don't want to talk to you at work.
Let me tell you something.
Even though
I know for a fact that I don't get into certain conversations because if I did, they would fucking hate me. That I know that for a fact. Let me tell you right here. Let me tell you something that was said. Let me tell y'all something was said. So
don't talk about race.
The street, so as you know, New York is going through a different phase right now where they are allowing quote unquote asylum seekers, migrants, whatever they want to call them, migrants or asylum seekers into New York without any documentation. I guess when you're an asylum seeker, they go through a process where they assess. All I'm saying is that my aunt, I never forget, like, helping her study to be a citizen, and she came from fucking Trinidad, like, so they just throwing people over here with none of that shit, like, none of that, like, not allowing them to work, nothing.
We on the same page.
Anyway, so there's an asylum. So basically, they built. There was a dilapidated building across the street from my job.
They built like a hotel.
And no, so they rebuilt the building. I'm talking about they got a parking lot. It looks really good. Like it looks amazing, right? And so they have asylum seekers across the street. These motherfuckers is like doing haircuts on our side of the street. They doing barbecues around the corner, like all kinds of shit. Like, and the way my job is set up is like we own the whole entire left side of the block, and partially around the corner on the left side of the block, on the right side. And so it's just like, all right, whatever. Like, you know, they here. I don't mind because like a lot of them are Black and brown. Okay, so it is what it is. I'm not too phased, right? But it's the fact that like they be doing what the fuck ever. Like I feel like they don't be giving them no guidance. They give them no guidance. It's like, bro, like tell them to clean up after themselves, like all kinds of shit. Give them some direction. Like you have a curfew, something like
a killer.
They be doing too much. Like you feel me? And so one of my coworkers who is white and from Florida, that means a lot. White and from Florida, okay? Is going to say to my other coworker who is Black, oh my God, why didn't they just take them to Florida? There's so much open land out there. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, there is so much land. I was thinking that myself. Texas got mad land. Missouri, Wisconsin, all these fucking places got mad land. Like, y'all could put the little tiny homes y'all be doing up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, really make them comfortable. You know what I'm saying? But we dropping them in New York. It is what it is. Okay. All right, whatever.
I have thoughts.
This bitch gonna say, they got so many farms out there. They could work the farms. Do you see why I don't fuck with white people like that? It's a limited capacity. What the fuck are you talking about, bitch? Are you saying should they be slaves? Should you be cracking a whip? What the fuck is going on?
I watched this movie the other day.
What?
I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna come back to what you were talking about. But I watched this movie the other day called Alice with Keke Palmer and.
Oh my God! It's on Tubi, right?
Yes, it's on Tubi. This bitch put me onto Tubi, and I'm on it.
I love me some Tubi. I didn't want to watch it because I was like, it's a little slavey.
It's very slavey.
Okay,
it's very slavey. But the way she came back at that white bitch, she was like, I don't give a fuck. You can't talk to me. She slapped that bitch and that bitch ran out the store. Like, but at the end of the day, let's talk about the asylums. I'm going to be transparent. I'm not going to lie. I don't have the word for it, but I'm going to say home training. They really don't have any home training. Like, it's just like things that like they're doing what they came from here. And we're not like that. So it's like shit that I don't understand. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, it makes me very uncomfortable sometimes because it's like you're coming here and you're doing crime that you was doing wherever you came from. Like that shit is okay. And it's not a fucking okay.
You think they're committing crimes?
They are committing crimes.
Like what?
This is one guy, 8 times. This motherfucker has been locked up for assaulting regular civilians.
Wow.
Yes. For no reason, unprovoked.
I feel like, look, they be with they moped bikes, and I'm like, okay, you really trying to do something, like maybe get an Uber account, DoorDash,
but they're not paying
something.
taxes. They're not doing any of that stuff. I'm not trying to make it seem like, but they're not paying taxes. They're living like off of our dollar. So if we make $100,000 and they're taking $50,000 from us a year, that money is going to them for their services and stuff like that. And I have no problem with that.
My thing is, because America loves helping people before they help their own. That shit don't never make sense to me.
And the thing is that, like, I have no problem with helping and paying my taxes because the whites of America are using our fucking taxes for nothing. You understand?
I get that, but like, we got a whole... California has Skid Row. What are we doing?
But this is what I'm saying.
Because these people that are housing these asylum seekers are getting hundreds of thousands of dollars per person.
But that's the thing. I have no problem with that because, let's be real, I'm not trying to be discriminatory, but there is a certain set of people that get fucking food stamps and Medicaid and all that, and they're making thousands of dollars in banks. Can you catch it? They're making mad money because, this person is not being filed. They know how to use the system. So I can't be mad at the asylum seekers using the system. But what I don't like is that they're not...
I don't like how America's treating it. I don't care what they got going on because they're not. We're supposed to set the example. It's not on them. It's really not on them. Like, it's really not. I think it's on us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, like the security guards that be there or people that work there, I'm seeing them up the block smoking, they chilling, doing all kinds of shit. And it's like, bro, tell these niggas to go back inside and make sure they clean up after themselves when they ate a plate of food. Like, not leaving it here on a bench somewhere or in a corner. Like, I'm not trying to give y'all the geography of where the fuck I work at because it's none of nobody's business. But, like, there's an area that has never been cleaned, okay? Since all the time that I've been working at my job, never been cleaned. When I say since these asylum seekers have been there, that shit has gotten clean at least 3 times. Because they really are fucking filthy. No lie. Like, they leaving shoes, clothes,
sitting on the ground.
They starting up grills, leaving the food, the packages of food, all kinds of shit. They be wilding, my nigga. Like, wilding fuck out. And I'm seeing it.
I'm not being funny. I said,
I don't mind. I don't care that they're here, but there's no guidance. There's no guidance.
I love the hustle. I love the hustle.
Because when we go to Dubai, what they telling us, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that, and you better follow it or you're going to jail. Why the fuck are we not doing shit like that?
But you know what's crazy?
Because we don't value our own shit. It's like, we don't do whatever.
But at the end of the day, all I want to say is, like, I'm not going to lie. Stop asking me if I want fucking chocolates. I don't want no fucking chocolates.
What? I
don't want no candies.
What is that? Where did that come from? That was a little random.
It is random.
Who's asking you if you want chocolate?
Do you take the train? I don't think you take the train.
Oh, I think that's in regular New York shit. You don't think so?
No, not as much. Like, I mean, every train I get on, I get asked if I want chocolates.
And them chocolates be good. The one with the almonds, you know, the ones we used to sell to go to school?
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
What kind of chocolate?
I'm talking about, like, the people that be walking up. You want chocolate? No, I don't want the fucking chocolates.
But what kind of chocolate?
It's Snickers. It's fucking Hershey's. It's not the ones that the kids used to sell. It's the
okay. It's like Costco variety pack.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't want that.
I gotcha.
I'm deleting this.
All right.
Delete.
I feel that.
But no, at the end of the day, like, I have no problem with people coming to America to seek better life.
Right.
But pay your fucking taxes. Because we're paying them and they're taking large chunks.
But they have to work to get taxes. You don't just pay taxes. Where does the money coming from?
But I'm saying, please, y'all, give them a job.
I think they are starting to give them a job, though.
They give them a job. Like, give them a job. Like, give them a job.
They are starting to give them jobs. But you can't get a job. You can't, like I said, you can't expect them to give taxes if they don't make no money. No, so I think they're going to start giving them jobs. All I know is that Eric Adams counts your fucking days.
No, he said that. No, I'm not going to lie. Eric Adams said it himself. That nigga said, he was like, listen, the asylum shit is getting out of control. Yes, you were the one that fucking welcomed them here. But you know what?
No, we're asylum seeking state. But my thing is that so what's happening is that a lot of Republicans, because they're mad at like how things are going and like how the House is being run, they're like, oh, you want to accept migrants? You want to accept immigrants? Okay, cool. We're going to send them to fucking you. You want them niggas? You want to bring them in? You don't want to build a wall? We fucking got you. We going to do this shit the right way. We going to send them to you. And so that's what's happening. It's basically like Republican and Democratic beef. But my thing is like, there are states that are blue states that we need to like
send them to. Like,
we need to disperse because I feel like New York it's already crowded.
It's overcrowded, and the thing is that like what I'm seeing here is like I love being in New York and I love being around or whatever, but it's just like people are not respecting the grounds that we are living in.
Right, and I'm not saying we respect our shit because we be wilding too, but I'm just saying like. I feel like we if I'm gonna disrespect this shit, at least I pay taxes. So the people that's getting paid off this shit, like people that are picking up trash, I'm not saying that y'all have to do that and that we shouldn't be picking up after ourselves, but I'm just saying though the garbage men and all the city workers and all that, they're getting paid through our taxes. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Policemen, all these people are getting paid through our taxes. That's why they fucking taxing you. New York State tax and New York City tax. I fucking hate them.
Is that what's coming out the check?
Yes. It's 2 taxes.
It just says New York City and I just keep it moving.
No, girl,
I'm going to be honest.
You should look at it because they tax you twice.
I'm going to be honest. I haven't looked. I know what my pay stub is. I know what my paycheck is supposed to look like. And so if it doesn't look like that, then I get alarmed. But I don't necessarily, me personally, I feel like it's mental warfare against myself to keep looking at my pay stub knowing how many hundreds of dollars they're taking out of my shit. Like,
yo,
why would I play myself knowing you took $500 out of my check, bro?
Yo, imagine
$2,000 to $3,000 a month, and you're telling me for taxes I'm only getting like maybe $2,000 to
$3,000 a month, girl.
Maybe $2,000 back. Like that's crazy.
That hurts.
So I'm not going to look at it. I'm not going to add it up. Now, if I see that I'm supposed to, if I make $200,
imagine having a bonus. Imagine having a bonus.
The bonuses be the fucking worst.
Imagine
bro.
having a bonus in New York and they take half the fucking bonus. Half. Imagine
but I
your
want y'all
bonus
to know.
being
I want y'all to know that. I want y'all to know that. She came here complaining, right? Like she didn't come from Maryland, who takes out just the same amount of taxes as New York does.
No, I don't think they. I don't think. But the thing is that like they don't tax you twice. They don't tax you twice.
That's what I'm saying. Why it's mental warfare against yourself to be looking at that. They taking out the same money they was taking from Maryland. It's just broken down in a different way.
No, it's not. Honestly, no. You see, like in Baltimore, like in Maryland, they take one tax for the state. And you see, it's not as much as you think it is.
Bro, they take similar to New York taxes out of your shit. No funny shit. If they took $400 out of my check in New York, they're going to take $300
I was
from
making
Maryland.
less in Maryland. I was making less.
And you're getting less taxes taken out.
No, I'm not. I'm getting just as much taxes amount out. When you see the number getting higher and you make more and you see the money just getting higher as you fucking... Like, I've been at this job for 2 months and to see double digits taken out of my fucking taxes, like just in taxes, is crazy. Double digits, nigga. Like double digits? I was like, that's insane.
Taxes are
you're making way
legal
more
robbery.
Yo, you're making money. And then they double the fucking amount. It hurts. But anyway, guys, we're on a rant right now about taxes, and we're gonna close this out.
Wait, one more thing I wanted to speak about. So Beyonce, an old video of Beyonce resurfaced where she was talking about
have nothing to say.
How Jay-Z helped her become a woman. Right? And what do you think? What are your thoughts on that?
I have no Beyonce slander because
it's not slander. It's how you feel.
No, it's honestly...
Like me personally, I feel... This is how I feel. Let me pop it off.
Hold on. You asked me.
And you was acting like you ain't want to answer.
And
You change your mind. Go ahead.
Please be nice. Anyway. So I think that a lot of people have been saying that he groomed her, and partially I believe it. But the other part is that, like, honestly, like, he made her the best businesswoman in the fucking world. Like, that bitch is like, nobody can touch her. Like, you can't, she's untouchable. But the thing is that I don't think he necessarily groomed her. I think he taught her, like, necessarily like how to work business. I think he instilled, her father had already instilled like a lot of business in her. She's always been like a very prime type of person. Like she's not, I feel
like when she was younger, she had a little bit more, we saw more of her personality because it was okay to do that at that time.
But I think now that she doesn't do it, I don't think that he has groomed her per se, but I think he definitely taught her how to be more mature, which I'm not gonna lie, as a man, that's what you should be doing when you come see a woman.
I feel like I didn't see nothing wrong with the fuck what she said. Like, people was talking crazy, like, oh, he was grooming her, like he did this and the third. And this is my thing. I have had my own upbringing, and I feel like I've seen like a good dynamic as far as like a man and woman dynamic in a household. And so growing up, I realized, like, I feel like when I was dating or whatever, and I was giving my all to somebody or whatever the case may be, I feel like I was being the best woman that I could be. Like, I was cooking, I was cleaning, I was being supportive. I was, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I was the best person I could be, but I was the best of what I thought was the best. And you know, I feel like it really takes a man to nurture that in you.
Yes.
And a lot of men don't know how to do that. Because men want to be leaders, but they don't know how to lead. Like, you can't be a leader and you don't know how to lead. You don't know how to lead in your work life. You don't know how to lead in your personal life. Like, you're just not a leader. Like, it is what it is. Or maybe you don't have the skills or the tools to be that. But I feel like a real man is going to let you, like, sit in your femininity. I feel like a real man is going to make you realize, like, I can do more than just being, like, a housewife. Like, I feel like a real man is really going to, like, make you feel like, damn, like, he really showed me something. He taught me something, and I appreciate him for that. And I feel like partners teach you things. They show you things. And I feel like it doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman thing. I feel like women teach men things and vice versa. Yeah. So I saw absolutely nothing wrong with what Beyonce said. And maybe I'm in a different part in my life. But I just don't see nothing wrong with what she said. I think that she appreciated her man for what he brought to her life. He brought pure and utter excellence to her life. And I'm not saying that she didn't already have that, because she did. But he helped elevate that. And
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. Because I definitely feel like she has definitely grown exponentially from being with him, and he has grown exponentially from being with her. I feel like they are a power couple that everybody looks at and be like, yo, they're like amazing, like together. So I definitely don't think that he groomed her per se. Like I said before, I feel like he showed her like how to really make money and make niggas really want to be around you. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I don't mold myself after them, but I mold myself on like being untouchable. Like, you can't get in a room with me. If you're in a room with me, it's because I wanted to be in that room. Like, not because, oh, I knew he was there or whatever the case may be. Like, I pride myself on not being touchable. And that's why I feel like she's smart. She's smart, he's smart, and they've worked together to be smart.
I feel that.
But anyway, guys, thank you guys for another episode of the Heard You Sis podcast. We do this for you because we love to tell y'all how we feel. But anyway, have a good day. Follow us on all socials at Heard You Sis podcast. Email us if you guys have any inquiries, because we haven't been getting them. At heardyousispodcast@gmail.com. And, you know, follow us and talk to us and like, share, and subscribe. And have a good day. Bye.
Later.